your partner. All right, remember, students should always work on projects with their partners. What are we doing? We're just working. Is that appropriate? No. Remember, computer use is a privilege, and any misuse of the computer can result in a detention. What are you doing? Alright, so glue guns are not a toy, and also that is a waste of materials. But I do appreciate you wearing your safety glasses. Alright, remember, glue guns are not a toy, only use them for their intended purposes. What's your question? So I made my soldering connections, but is it okay if I poke holes through my foam plate here with my soldering iron? Now you did a very nice job soldering first, alright? But we use a soldering iron to do what? Solder metal. Okay, is the plate metal? No. Okay, so the answer to your question is? No. Okay. Remember, soldering iron should be used for the intended purpose only, which is to melt solder, and should only be stored in the holders when not in use. So once again, make sure you're using them for just the intended purpose, which is melting the metal of solder, not anything else, and that they're stored in the holders when not in use. So in a lot of our classes, we have projects that are cutting cardboard, that involve cutting cardboard, using a utility knife. Just remember, we are cutting away from our body, okay? So we're going here and away. Notice that my body is over here, and I'm cutting away from my body. Also, notice that my left hand is over here and not right by where I'm cutting. Also, your thumb is a part of your hand. Keep it with your other fingers. Keep it away from the blade. And then also, keep your utility knife closed whenever you are not using it. Utility knives should be used on appropriate cutting surfaces, such as the top of our table right here, so right on this cover of the tabletop. Or also, there are these cutting boards on the side of the table, and if they aren't there, then ask your instructor where you can get a cutting board. And round objects, such as a bottle that you might use in STEM 8 for Marble Mania, always ask your instructor before you start cutting on a rounded object with your utility knife. Now, we've gone over a lot of different rules and safety guidelines that we have for the class. If you choose not to abide by these, and that would be you, your first and last name, choose not to abide by these rules that we've shown you, then you will not participate in the making of fun projects like our catapults, our clocks, etc. But what you'll do is alternative work instead. So once again, if you choose not to abide by these rules, then you will not participate in the making of projects, but you'll do alternative work instead, which will be things like book reports or online research, things that do not require tools that you have to use.